Hello Bass Guitars and welcome to your fourth guided music practice video. In today's lesson we are going to be learning about anacrusis and we will be reviewing our first 7 notes and our quavers. You'll be successful when you can explain and identify a anacrusis and how to count it, your quavers and your first 7 notes. Looking at exercise 56 to start with, warming up, playing all the notes that we know so far. So let's sing and do the positions, starting on E flat. Ready? E flat, 2, D, 2, E flat, D, E flat, 2, D, 2, C, 2, D, C, D, 2, C, 2, B flat, 2, C, B flat, C, 2, B flat, 2, A, 2, B flat, 2, 3, 4, hold. So it's super easy. In fact, we don't even have to play an F or a G. Let's go from the beginning on E flat. 1, 2, 3, E flat, 2. Pause and practice that 5 times, making sure that you're doing the whole thing really easily and that you're counting in your head while you play. Hopefully that's really easy. Now look at exercise 57. At the start of exercise 57, you can see that there is a note before the first full bar. And if you look up in the yellow box, they call it a pickup note. A pickup note is another name for an anacrusis. Can you say anacrusis now? Anacrusis. Good. Now say pickup note, and it has one more name that we occasionally call it, and that's upbeat. So it's the beat before the first beat, and that's why it's called an upbeat. And 1 or 4, 1. And that gives us a hint as to how we count an anacrusis. So if you look at exercise 57, you will see that that first note, the B flat, is on its own and it doesn't have any other friends in a bar. It's lonely, it's the last beat of that bar, it's bar 4. It's helping you catch up to its friends in the first bar. So that B flat doesn't have a bar, it actually has its friends hanging out in the very last bar at the end. So he's trying to catch up to the first bar. B flat, E flat, and it goes 4, 1. So that B flat is on beat 4. And it goes 4, 1, 2. See if you can count and say, and do the fingers, sorry, not say them, from the beginning. Ready? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and again, just that bit. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and play that. Ready, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now look at the next bar, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause and see if you can say the counting for the whole song. There are 4 beats in every bar. Now let's do it together from the beginning, saying and doing the fingers. 4, E flat, 2, or B flat, E flat, 2, D, E flat, C, 2, B flat, E flat, F, F, and then G, G, E flat, F, 2, 3, B flat, E flat, 2, D, E flat, C, 2, B flat, E flat, F, G, G, E flat, F2, E flat. Pause and practice doing the fingers in small chunks, 2 bars or 4 bars at a time. Take as much time as you need and pause here. Now let's go from the beginning. Just the first section, first 4 bars. Ready? 2, 3. Pause and practice that on your own, just those 4 bars. And now play it again with me. 2, 3. Now look at the next 4 bars. What do you notice about the next 4 bars and the first 4 bars? They're exactly the same except for the last note. So because you can play the first 4 bars already, that means you can play the last 4 bars. Let's see if we can do it together now. 1, 2, 3. Pause and practice that 5 times again on your own. Now let's go from the very beginning and see if we can play the whole song. Remember to take it nice and slowly, and if you need to break it up and practice again in small chunks, do that. How did you go playing the whole song? Pause and practice that 5 more times and rewind and play it with me if you like. See how fast you can get it. Now look at exercise 58. At the very beginning of exercise 58, what do we have before the first bar? An anacrusis. Good. What's another name for an anacrusis? Pick up note or an upbeat. Good. Now we have quavers in exercise 58. Remember the first beat is on beat 4 again. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, rest. That's how the first 2 bars go. Pause now and see if you can work out the counting for the whole of the rest of the exercise. And now let's check it from the beginning, just the counting. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, rest. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3. Is that what your counting sounded like? Pause now and practice counting it again on your own. Now let's see if we can play it 2 bars at a time, including the upbeat for the first one. So remember, starts on G, which is open string, down the bottom. 2, 3. Pause and practice that, just the first section. Now pause and practice it another 5 times. Make sure it's perfect. And now the next 2 bars, starting on the G again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you notice that I didn't play the G because the next G is the anacrusis or the upbeat to the next 2 bars. Let's do that Again, just those 2 bars in the middle at the end of the first line, starting on the G. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. And one last time. Pause and practice that at least 5 times, making sure that every single time you play it, it's perfect. Now let's do it again one more time with me. 3, 4. Now look at the next section with the anacrusis on the G. 1, 1, 2, 3. Pause and practice that at least 5 times, making sure it's perfect every single time. And now the last 2 bars, 3, 4. So what do you notice about this song? What is the pattern the whole way through? It always goes G to C. So you have to practice G, C, and then what always comes after C? E flat. So you have to practice that. G. And once you've got that and that feels easy, then you'll find the whole piece a bit easier. G, C, E flat. Pause and practice and see if you can do the whole song now on your own. And now let's see if we can play it together with Smart Music. Remember, if you need to break it up and do it in smaller chunks, that's totally fine. Take as much time as you need to. Pause and practice that at least 10 more times, making sure that it's perfect the whole way through. If you need to do it slower, that's totally fine. Keep practicing all of your quavers, see if you can finish page 15 on your own, and keep going if you like. Let me know if I went too fast or if you want some more Smart Music assignments, and let's review. How did you go with your quavers in today's practice? How about your first 7 notes? What is the name of the beat before the first full bar? Anacrusis. What are the other 2 names for an anacrusis? Hopefully that all made sense. Make sure you let me know if you need any extra help, and keep up the good work and happy practicing.